I love it. It is absolutely cool. You know why I love it? Not necessarily because people think money is cool. But what I love about it is the fact that if you look at it carefully, you will see how awesome it is. Where it says right there, in God we trust. Now, some people live to trust the mighty dollar, but then when you look at it, eventually the bottom line is even the dollar rests upon the trust in God. Now, the question becomes, what exactly is trust in God? How do you define trust in God? For that, we find something interesting in this week's Torah portion, where we read about the commandment of the sabbatical for the field. In the Torah portion of Behar, God tells us that a farmer should be planting and taking produce for 6 years, and on the 7th year you should let the field rest. And then comes an interesting promise as a reward. God says that if you keep the sabbatical year in the field, then on the 6th year I will bless it to give you to yield 3 times as much. Why? Because if you're not going to be planting on the 7th year, God says, you may think, how are you going to eat? And then on the 8th year, it's going to take time till you plant and it actually grows and it yields the produce. So God says, on the 6th year, I will give you enough for 3 years. So you'll have plenty. Have no fear. That will be your reward for keeping the mitzvah of the sabbatical. Now it's fascinating because if the Torah would tell us, if God would say, if you keep the sabbatical, I will give you more on the 8th year, well, then I guess that would make sense. That wouldn't be a matter of trust. Why? Because obviously if you let the field rest for a whole year, the nutrients in the ground will fertilize the ground even more, so the 8th year will be a better produce. But that's not what it says. God says already on the 6th year, I will be giving you more. So have trust. Stop after you plant the 6th year. You will not work. Don't plan to work on the 7th year. Don't get ready for plowing and everything else, and have trust that during that 6th year, it will produce what you need already for the coming year and the year after that. There is a famous saying, as they say in Yiddish, terach gut wird sein gut. Think positive and it will be positive. And that is very closely related with trusting God. Some people mistakenly think that trusting in God means that have trust that even though there is no reason why God should take care of something for you, arrange it for you, make sure it's a positive income that is going to come from a business deal or whatever it may be. So have trust that even though you're not deserving of it, God will figure it out and make it so, that it will be good. Hasidic teaching teaches us that it's deeper than that. The trust that you have in God by itself is a strong positive action from your side, so that it elicits in reciprocation from God also something powerful to flow down here. So it's not that there is no reason for you to deserve anything good, but nonetheless God will give it to you. But because you had full trust, that by itself becomes the foundation for actually you deserving something special, and God sending a new flow of mazel and goodness to come down your way. So trusting God is a super powerful thing. And of course, there's other benefits, as the book of Tanya discusses and explains, that when somebody has trust in God and therefore is automatically putting it out of his or her mind to worry about whatever is at hand, that's it. It's already in God's hand. Have trust in God that it will be good. It will enable you to spiritually be on a higher level because it takes away a lot of the worries. And now you will be able to concentrate better on what matters most in life rather than having anxiety and worry and fear, what's going to be, what's coming ahead. And the example that is given is like two people that are wrestling. The two are strong, the two are fit, and each one is possible for him to win over the other one. So you got to be very careful. Who do you think is going to win? The one that is going to win the wrestling match is the one that is very agile and is quick on his feet. If he would even for a moment be sluggish, be lazy, be depressed during the wrestling, that's it. He's going to get beat. So therefore, positivity, happiness and joy is super important in life, and in particular for us as a Jew that has to do so much and accomplish day to day in life, both on the physical side and the spiritual side. We can't afford to be down, to be sad, to be depressed, to have anxiety. What's going to be? What's going to happen with the COVID-19? What's going to be tomorrow? Of course, we got to do whatever we have to do according to the guidelines and according to nature. But beyond that, there's no room and reason for anxiety. There is a God, and we have said multiple times, in God we trust. Let's utilize the true definition of trust. And God willing, we will have a new flow of energy, of strength, and we will have a beautiful Shabbos, and very soon we will all be able to see each other face to face as the coming of Mashiach is imminent. Have a good Shabbos, a restful one, a safe one, and definitely a healthy Shabbos. Take care all.